What up? You got Mr. Smith, and in this brief video, I want to talk to you about Mana, Decentraland, the crypto that is centered around virtual gaming, so to speak, but do not limit yourself to that. As of recent, when Facebook launched the information basically saying that they were rebranding themselves and they were going to become a metaverse, Decentraland was able to benefit from that because they have always been a metaverse. So they were already in this space, already doing things, already building inside of their world. So they weren't new to it. And for those who started looking and doing their research, they started to invest in areas like Decentraland and Sandbox, and there are countless others. But what you got to understand is that a lot of times when early adoption is taking place, or adoption is taking place in general, other areas in that same sector benefit. So if you understand the mindset of people, it's good to know when to actually have access to something or buy into something before everybody else gets on board. That's what I really like to talk about. I really like to talk about things that not a lot of people are talking about just yet. And it's still early, but more people are talking about Mana and Decentraland because they've experienced like a 300% rate of return over the past week due to Facebook releasing that information. However, it's still time to get access. And by no way is this financial advice. Also, what I want to throw out there, because I do not want to forget, is that if you're interested in having more cash flow so you can buy more crypto, then I highly recommend you look at the Smith strategy. And it's a way to increase your cash flow in 5 different ways. 5 areas of additional cash flow that you could be bringing into your household. And that extra cash flow can go towards crypto if done correctly. So check that video out, like 6 minutes. And if you like what you see, then get access to it. Take action, and I'll get a notification that lets me know that you got started so you can start increasing your cash flow, and I'll send you your next steps so we can maximize the cash flow that you're able to bring in. Once you bring in more cash flow, guess what happens? Now you're able to not take all of the hard-earned money that you've been using to invest. You got new cash flow that you can use in addition to what you're already using, and you position yourself for early retirement, building wealth, the whole 9 yards. You get it, you got it, good. Now, Decentraland, let's talk about it. So, Decentraland is basically a virtual world. It's gaming, and you got to understand the world of games is going to be one of the things that push the blockchain. It's going to be one of the things that push crypto as a whole. It's going to be one of the things that push the metaverse. It's going to be one of those things that push NFTs. So, whether you're astute in that area or not, and I'm still gaining my astuteness, if that's a word, I'm still learning in certain areas, but when I talk to a lot of different people, I know way more than the average individual, but less than a lot of people that I'm learning from. But what I want you to know is I've been able to position myself and earn great rates of return just with the knowledge that I have. For example, I had Decentraland probably sometime last year because I saw the value in the future of it. Didn't know when it was going to kick off, but when it did, all I could say is, I wish I would have had more. And that's the power of hindsight. Hindsight is 20/20. You always look at something, you're like, I should have bought more, but I was on it before people were even talking about it. So some other things I'm going to release. So you want to subscribe and hit that bell notification, because there's going to be other times when I'm talking about crypto that I'm going to talk about something that nobody else is talking about for the most part on the forefront, doing videos and content and tweets, so to speak. However, it's something that if you find out about it early, by the time it does increase, you'll be in position. And I'm more so thinking long term. So this is not going to be like short term, get rich quick, so to speak. However, in crypto, you know the possibility is there. So Mana being Decentraland, that token basically is, the stock symbol is Mana. That's the currency that they use inside of Decentraland, and it allows you to do certain things. So basically it's down on the day, but don't look at it like a crypto is down per se, because that's just the flow of the market. So it's down on the day. This is what the chart looks like. However, over the past 7 days, we're in the green because they had the recent influx. So it may take a dip, who knows? But I really feel like it's going to skyrocket again because the metaverse is highly being talked about. A lot of people are trying to create projects around. A lot of people are trying to get in where they fit in. A lot of people are scrambling, knowing that the world is about to change due to the metaverse. Now, this is not to really take you away from reality. My position is not. I just want to position you mentally and financially to take advantage of what most people are going to do. Most people are going to gravitate to it. They're going to be entertained by it. I don't want you to be entertained per se by the metaverse. I want you to be empowered by the metaverse in the area of understanding areas that you could put $20, $100, $1,000, whatever you have to spare into certain projects that may take you to the next level. That being said, Mana is one of those things. Now, this is a headline, and any article that I share, you're welcome to go check it out, dissect it for yourself. I just want to, give credit where it's due. This came from Crypto Potato, and it basically says Bitcoin pushes 63K. Decentraland Mana enters top 50 after 300% weekly surge. And I told you about the 300% surge based on what Facebook did in their rebranding. But it says all-time high is Mana enters top 50. So it talks about a little detail of how Mana has entered the top 50 in the area of stocks. And if you look at this site, this right here is basically, all or great deal of the top cryptos as a whole. And Mana is in the building now. Initially it wasn't, but Mana is now in the building. If you were to pull this up, you will see Mana is now in that top zone, or in the top 50 being talked about due to the push of things that are taking place. And Bitcoin is a key thing that has allowed that area to surge as well. That being said, these are articles that you want to stay on the note of, because when you find out about certain things, you might find out when something may be on the verge of going up, when something may be on the verge of going down. And when it goes down, either that's a buying opportunity, not something that you just want to scramble away from. Sometimes that's an opportunity to buy more. When it's going up, or you have an idea of it's going up, then it may be a time to take some profits. Not liquidate all of your crypto altogether. I wouldn't, because you never know where it's going to go in a year, 5 years when you think long term. However, have an entrance and an exit strategy. Also, this article right here came from the Investor Play. They talked about Sandbox versus Decentraland, trying to play them against each other. But what you got to understand, you can do both. It's not either or, it's and. So since you can do both, then you can benefit from both, because Sandbox had a great return over the past week as well. They grew by like 300%, and now they're a little bit, as of today, they cost a little bit more than Decentraland. Some people favor Sandbox over Decentraland. I actually found out about MetaVerse, so, I favor Decentraland first, but at the same time, both of them are benefiting from the MetaVerse, and they both will continue to benefit from the MetaVerse. They're going to do different things that are going to make people gravitate to each platform individually, but you just have to base it on what you more so like. So definitely check out this article if you think this is something that makes you want to determine whether you want to be involved or pay attention to Sand or Decentraland, Mana, or both. But this article is just talking about how, SoftBank, what they did to help Sand Crypto give Mana a run for its money, because Mana was running on its own, but something they did infused it to cause it to, skyrocket as well. And this is the last thing I want to cover, because I want you to think about it differently. Because for a while, like when I was talking to my wife, she was like, the MetaVerse, what is that? And she was just trying to get the concept of it. And to me, I'm like, oh, this makes sense. I get it. This, and the dots start connecting. So I'm starting to get more bullish and excited about the empowerment that can come from it, and the empowerment that I can employ into you if you understand how it works, not from an entertainment standpoint, because there's going to be a lot of nonsense, a BS that takes place from a negative standpoint that comes from the MetaVerse, and some people are like, I'm staying far away from it, it's of the devil, etc. I don't view it like that. I view that it's always some silver lining, it's always some good, and if it's good people involved in it, which many of us are, most people are good people to the heart. They don't wish harm on anyone, they don't want bad things to happen. So since that's the case, that most people are adopting it and most people are good, then what that means is that it can have a good side to it that we benefit strongly from as a community. And as people come together, naturally, as you can see in the crypto world, as people come together, then we control where attention flows. We control where money flows. We control what the big guys have to do, because people decided to come together. And once we unite as an individual, as people, then there's nothing they can do to stop us. So I want you to be looking at it from that standpoint, not this is, leading into this or leading into that. See how you can be empowered from it, you and your family, and pay attention to those things, but also position yourself to prosper from those things. Because a lot of people said that about the internet, then they found themselves on it. A lot of people said that about social media, then they still found themselves on it. Why not benefit from it? Because you're going to end up on it anyway. If not, your kids are going to end up on it. So don't demonize the inevitable. Benefit from the inevitable, if you know what I mean. Now, this is what I want you to be thinking about. Interested in virtual real estate, take a look at Decentraland Mana. This is why I say this, because my wife had a hard time grasping it, but now she's dreaming about it almost, because she can see the vision after I broke some stuff down, played some videos, and showed her what's possible. People are going to be, and they already are inside the Meta, spending real money, so to speak, real money that they earned at a job into buying real estate. When I say real money, I'm talking about thousands of dollars into buying real estate on land. Now, that may sound like naive. Like, why would they do that? What sense does that make when you can take some of that money and buy some real virtual land? It's all about eyeballs and traffic. The land itself has value because it's a natural resource. You can grow, you can plant on it, you can do certain things, you can create physical locations for people to go to. However, most cases you have to create some type of traffic, attention, in order for the physical real estate to even have value. If your house was sitting in the area by itself and didn't have partnering or neighbors or something that brought attention to that area, online, when you scale the value of it, it wouldn't have much. However, if it's other houses, other new establishments being created, schools, parks, things going on around it, it increases the value of it, which means that the people are the ones that bring the value to the thing. So when you think about a physical location, the people bring the value. Translation to the virtual world. If attention is there, eyeballs are there from people, then that virtual land can have a ton of value. Even though it ain't physical, if eyeballs and attention is there, that virtual land could possibly have more value than the physical land. Quick example, if you're doing a physical event, you can only fit a certain amount of people there. But when you're doing something virtually or online, you can fit numerous amounts of people there, and more people are likely to show up due to the fact that they can do it from the comfort of their home, the comfort of their phone. They don't have to put gas in their car and drive to a physical location, which means that you could possibly have more eyeballs on your virtual real estate versus a physical real estate. It's going to be people who do way better than people who own a skyrise or a skyscraper, a high rise. There's going to be people who do better online than offline. Just a prediction, because I see it coming. So don't demonize this, but I just wanted to let you know that in this crypto news, I talk about interested in virtual real estate. Take a look at Decentraland Manor, because inside there, people are doing certain things. So I'm going to just highlight this real quick. Basically, it says Decentraland is a community-owned virtual world that uses Ethereum blockchain, another one that uses Ethereum blockchain, allowing users to create, monetize, and enjoy virtual creation. So people are creating on there. They're monetizing it because they may be selling billboards in a sense. They may be allowing people to have their NFTs displayed there. A lot of opportunity and potential that can come from it. Just make that note. It was launched in the form of the ICO in 2017, so it's been around for a while, raising $24 million in total fund. Users are taking advantage of this virtual world to create interactive games, 3D simulations, and many unique interactive experiences. There have been many upgrades and developments, so you just got to understand that it's growing, it's doing its thing, but a lot of people have been already building this infrastructure before Facebook was talking about it publicly like that. So they're in position to do great things going forward because they were already doing it. So if you want to check out that article in more thoroughness, by all means do so. But last, I want to conclude, if you want to have more cash flow coming into your pockets so that you can buy more crypto, more NFTs, get more knowledge and understanding about the space that we're, I would say entering, but it's already here. So I feel like I'm playing catch up in the area. But however, I know I'm still earlier than most mentally on understanding where it's going and the adoption that has already taken place that we all can benefit from. If you want more cash flow so you can invest into these things, click the available link below. Get access to the Smith strategy. You'll see a short video about 6 minutes, and it's just highlighting the areas of cash flow that you can create. Do not look down on it if one particular cash flow doesn't fit what you want to do. If the one doesn't fit what you want to do and the other 4 do, get access to the system. If all 5 of them fit what you're interested in doing, get access to the system. So that being said, grab it. I get an email that says, hey, this person just got access to the system. At my earliest convenience, usually within 12 hours, I'll be sending you, sometimes instantly, but I'll be sending you a message that says, hey, do this, this, and this, so you can be in position to maximize what you get access to, which maximizes your cash flow. And with more cash flow, you don't have to dip into your normal funds in order to buy more crypto. But you can do both. So that being said, that's all I got for this video. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you have not already, because I got some things that I want to share that's not being publicly discussed just yet in order for you to benefit, because as I stumble upon things that I feel has a future based on the things that I look at in order to determine if it's worth investing in, I want to share it with somebody else to see, you know, if you may benefit or just to look into it. And you may find something wrong with it, and share it with me. I'm a student. I know I can learn from anybody. That being said, I look forward to seeing you get access to the ability to create more cash flow using the Smith strategy, and I'll see you on the next video.